hello to all you miniature enthusiasts out there on the YouTubes. I'm Doc Eon. It is Monday. It is the 15th of February 2021, and I'm here to ramble about my miniatures. I have painted, among other things, these four cat people from Reaper Miniatures. Two of them are part of some sort of army, really, in their warlord line, but I didn't want to paint a full unit, so I just got two separate minis and painted them up and done them with sort of leopard spots or cheetah spots. This one is called Cheetah Girl, so however there's not much, she's wearing a lot of clothes, there's not a lot of fur showing where I can put the spots, so it was kind of so-so. Finally, this is supposed to be Sabertooth Man. I tried painting stripes, didn't turn out very well. It's a bit, it's a mess. I'm not really happy about his back, but the front is okay, and the equipment, and yeah, I mean, I try not to obsess over every mini as much these days, and just make it good enough for tabletop use. Yeah, so that was the Reaper stuff. Let's look at what else I've got done. And what do you know? Look at all these kids. So these are the child villagers from Midland Miniatures. All painted up and ready to go. Now, I painted them a bit cartoony, not very naturalistic, not realistic, I should say, in the colors, because, you know, realistically, medieval peasants wouldn't have access to all these bright colors, especially purple. You know, that would not fly at all. But, you know, visual appeal trumps realism in this case. I wanted something that you could easily see on the tabletop, so we need bright, eye-popping colors. And I don't know what this ring he's playing with is supposed to be made of. I just thought I'd make it a different color than just plain wood. It's painted wood or something. But yeah, I had issues with varnishing these because we're having a cold snap right now. It's extremely cold. For a week or so. It's going to get better during the coming week. But this means rattle can sprays are kind of iffy to use. The results are kind of and I had to go in with some brush-on varnish and also some cleanup with paint where there's a bit too much varnish. I had to trim it away and repaint some shadowed areas. Hopefully you don't notice anything of this right now. Possibly some of it will show up in the still pics because they will be very sort of revealing. They usually are. But you can trust that as I'm looking at them at arm's length distance without magnifying glasses or zoom lenses, they look fine. You know, nobody's going to react to that on the tabletop. So, an amazing 15 miniatures finished. That is, I'm quite pleased with that for this week. So, let's move on to works in progress.
So in fact, the only two remaining unpainted models from last week's crop are the Triceratops, and you can see that I've started slathering some paint on them, and this is a very exploratory process. I have no idea what colors to make these. This one is a bit too bright currently. It's going to be toned down, certainly, but I felt like starting from a bright place with this one and see where it could go. And as mentioned, this other one, the metal one, I'm going for something similar to the paint scheme on the box, which is kind of red-brownish with some yellow-brown overtones and some stripes, some dark stripes, or patterns in any case. So yeah, we'll have to see. They will probably not look anything like this by next week. I hope. Well. So that's current projects. Oh well, yeah. I'm gonna show you what I prepped. New stuff that I prepped for this coming week. Also.
Say hello to a lot of newly prepped and primed stuff. The dinos, the raptors, and the like. I have gone with the kind of green base primer. It's a sort of a placeholder. They're not all going to be green in the end, but it's a starting point. And then we have these are all, the green ones are all metal. The tan ones here are all bonesium. And there's some tribespeople. They're idle and a snake. And yeah. So yeah, I've prepped them, based them, and primed them, and that's as far as I've gotten so far. But you know, that's good. Let's move on to getting some actual paint on them.
So we're adding to the unpainted pile a little bit this week. I picked up some old school minis. This is the original first edition Malifaux set for Rasputina from the Arcanists faction, and also the alternate sculpts of Rasputina. So 6 minis in total. It's one of my odd collector's ideas that I like the first edition metal models in many cases a lot better than second or third edition plastics for Malifaux. I used to play a lot of Malifaux. I've sort of gotten out of it, got bored with it, but I got bored with all miniatures games. Actually, it's not just Malifaux. But you know, I still have a bunch of unpainted stuff for Malifaux, and I have this vague idea of playing the role-playing game, which is called Through the Breach, at some point. And I think, you know, you could use the miniatures in that, perhaps. But you know, that's a real back burner project, and I have no intention of painting these anytime soon. So we'll put them aside for now and start some other projects. And what I've chosen is to keep working on the Lost Valley box set, because I just painted some, or started painting some metal raptors. How about these plastic raptors? The only thing I'm uncertain about these is if I'm gonna add another base to them, because they have integral bases, but they're pretty small. I think they might be unbalanced. Anyway, I also want to paint this hut, which is made from, I don't know, mammoth bones or mammoth tusks, perhaps. It looks like kind of odd, but interesting. Piece of scenery. Also some metal stuff. We have these characters, these Stone Age ladies from various sources. We have another cat girl from Reaper called Tawny Firehair. I think she's actually supposed to be some sort of superhero character, but I'm gonna paint her like she belongs in a Lost World setting. We have Rasia the Zombie Queen, who is interesting because she has an optional face mask you can put on her, and I'm kind of... I don't know if I want to do that. I mean, it's interesting looking, but it's going to cover up her beautiful face. Oh well. Then we have a Bombshell Babe from Bombshell Miniatures, the Cave Girl, who has some sort of big club, and she also has some sort of pet lizard. Not sure if I'm going to place that on the same base or if I'm going to make a separate base for it. We'll see, we'll see. And I believe this miniature is also from Bombshell. It's a kind of a sort of Aztec-looking female warrior with a big headdress and this I forgot the name of it. The typical Aztec sort of wooden sword with obsidian shards put into it. I believe this is yeah, it says, it does say Bombshell right there, doesn't it? It just didn't come in the proper blister for some reason. So I think that's enough to be going on with, but just in case, if I have as a backup, if I need more to paint, I've got these two different saber-tooth tiger miniatures from Reaper in metal. And the reason I might need these is because this coming week is a week off from work. It's school holiday here in Sweden, and so I might get through the stuff I have to paint faster than normal. We'll see. So I'll only prep these if I really have to, if I'm rushing ahead with my projects. And if not, I'll prep them for next week. I mean, the week after that. Anyway, that was a lot, but it's done. And we're done for today. So thank you for following along this long. So if you did, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so before. And above all, check back next week, same day of the week, same channel, same Dr. Young, who is now signing off.